To answer your question about private schools, most ones in English and Spanish, true English and Spanish immersion schools are going to be the private schools, and those are obviously always going to cost usually a pretty penny. Here in San Jose and most places in the country, they start at about $500 a month, but some of them go well over $1,000 a month, so they are super expensive for most people. There are always options in there. There are a lot of smaller schools that are much more affordable, not inexpensive. Certainly a lot of people would say $500 a month is expensive, but there are a lot of options out there for you. Now, those are usually immersion type where you're going to get a lot of English and a lot of Spanish. So it's very common that you'll have math in English, civics class in Spanish, that kind of thing, where they're using it all through the entire day, English and Spanish. In public schools, realistically, most public schools are not going to have really anything like that. What you're going to get is you're going to usually get an English class, kind of like you would have a Spanish class in your public school growing up in the States or wherever you're from. So do those kids really speak English? Typically, no, they don't. Not to say it doesn't happen, but typically those kids are not going to be speaking English like they are at the private school. So your kid's just not going to get that kind of deeper understanding of the language that they're going to get in a private school. And that's why most TICOs, if they can afford it, they're sending their kids to private schools. That's just the way it is here. You really have to spend to get that kind of education. That said, there are tons of choices. Whether you choose San Jose or the beach areas, there are tons of choices. Here in San Jose, Santa Ana, Escazú, there are literally dozens of schools to choose from. That high end is going to be like Country Day School, over $1,000 a month. Lower end, all the way down to 500 or so. I don't really know of any that are less than 500, but kind of in that range are tons of choices. At the beach, Manuel Antonio, there's like Los Delfines is like the private school over there, Nosara, Del Mar Academy, Tamarindo, all of them have. Anytime you have a concentration of foreigners, you're going to have some private schools to choose from. So lots of options out there for you. Just realistically, find the place you want to move first and then look for schools. That's my best advice.